Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be drawing these characters, Ulrick and Felka. They're two of the characters in my new comic that I'm going to be kickstarting on May the 20th, 2020. And it's called Mythic Creature Trainer. And I'm going to be raising funds to get up issue 1 of Mythic Creature Trainer. So let's get started.
So I'm just going to start by roughing out a couple of just thumbnail sketches, just tiny little sketches of the characters that just show their poses and where everything's going to go. So I'm thinking about the big forms, the head, the torso, where Ulrich's bow is going to be. How he's going to be pulling that arrow back. These are all of these, where we're going to see his legs in this action pose. These are all these problems I want to sort out before I go to the main drawing. And I didn't like that, so I'm going to draw another one. And now I've sped this up to about 400 times the speed of how I'm drawing it. And pretty happy with that. Now I'm drawing in Felka, drawing in her main poses, rib cage, pelvis, head and legs. And now I've put that off to the side, and now I'm going to draw the characters on my nice sheet of paper. The one that I'm going to use for inking and the colour markers. So I'm being pretty faithful to my rough sketch. I'm thinking about the placement of the feet in relation to the bow. I want everything to read clearly. I don't want there to be any mistake about what they're doing, the kind of poses they're striking, and I want everything to be clear. So Felka's sword is off to the side. Ulrich's bow is, you can see the silhouette of it. It's not hidden by, in front of his clothes or anything. And his hair's flying away. It's a bit of an action pose. Maybe he's just whipped around and seen the enemy and has drawn his bow. And I don't often draw these action poses. I try to save them for once in a while because you can get a bit tired of them. But once in a while it's a bit of fun. Now I've just shown you my Pentel brush pen, and now my screen's out of focus. This will just take a few seconds. I'll figure out what's happened and I'll focus it again. And you probably saw there I also used a ruler to draw the arrow, and that's a technique that took me a little while to kind of get to grips with. I kind of thought it might be cheating if I used a ruler in a drawing. Isn't that what your art teacher tells you? Don't use a ruler. But I think in this circumstances I didn't want a wonky looking arrow shaft. I wanted a straight one. I wanted arrow shaft that meant business. Now the ones in his thing slung over his shoulder, I can hand draw those because they're just, you can only see the tops of them pointing up. And what am I doing now? Oh, drawing the arrow string. Yeah, using the ruler to do that as well. So that's that's something I'd recommend. If you're drawing close-ups of characters and they've got round eyes, look, I'd even recommend, if you're not confident, just use a stencil of a circle and use that to do the character's eyes, especially if you've got a kind of Simpsons-y kind of style. And I draw a couple of lines on the ground just to show that his feet are planted on the ground, and without drawing a full shadow or anything like that. Now I'm starting with the Felka character, and I haven't drawn in all the details in my red Prismacolor Colorase pencil, but I've drawn these characters lots of times, and I know all of the details, and so I'm just adding those in as I go along, like the bracelet on her arm. upper arm and wrist, and the kind of leather things on her legs that hold weapons, concealed weapons and whatnot. Thinking about a little bit of dimension to those boot cuffs, so I put an extra line in there to show that there's some thickness. And I'm putting in a bit more detail as well into the hands. I used to be pretty slapdash about hands, but now I've come to see how important they are in a drawing. The eye is really drawn to just two main areas, their face and the hands. And you'll see in a lot of classical paintings, the artist put the most, that's where they put the most detail. So I want to make sure that those things are looking right, and that's going to make for a convincing drawing. Setting in a couple of details, and now I'm going to be colouring in with my Touch New colour pens, and this is a tinier drawing than I'm used to, so I'm being super careful about where I'm placing that marker. I'm using the thick end for some reason. I should have just gone with the thin end. I think I eventually figure it out and I'd start using the thin end, but starting out with the flesh colours and laying those in. It's usually easier if you do light colours first and then go into dark colours. Just for a few seconds there we had a normal speed, and now we've sped up to 4 times speed again. As I said in the last video, you want to make sure you're completely colouring in those flat areas of colour in the one go, so you're working wet in wet, and so you don't have to come in later and fill in those little white dots when you realise you've made a mistake, and it's just got a different effect when you come in after the ink has dried. So you really want to make sure you've covered all that colour in the first pass. I'm pretty happy that blue colour still works. That's kind of a dusty, dull blue, and I think that really suits Ulrich's hair, those fat dreadlocks he's got. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to skip ahead and show you what the finished drawing looks like. Besides, I lost the rest of the footage because my phone ran out of storage.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that was useful. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. I'm also going to be including a link below where you can sign up to be notified on Kickstarter as soon as the project goes live. So check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.